Morning! And how are you guys doing this morning? I hope we have a smile on our face because we know God has blessed us with another day. And it's just the little mercies that we should be thankful for on a daily basis. And the first one is the fact that we got up and you're able to watch this video. So welcome back to my channel, where our motto here is we're about that breaking cycles life. Now for today's encouragement, guys, we are going to the book of Romans, and of course another popular verse. We are going to be speaking about Romans 8 verse 28, and I'll be reading for you. And it says, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Now, you know, I like to give you stories or scenarios that help you better understand how God would fulfill or give the meaning of this message. Well, according to my life and what he has brought me through and the lessons he has taught me. Now, let's go back all the way to 2016. Now, 2016 was the year that I graduated from the University of the West Indies, Mona, with a degree in actuarial science. Upon completion of this difficult degree, I wanted to go into the field, of course, which, of course, you didn't go to university to get a bachelor's degree to not work in the field, right? But apparently God had a different plan. So I remember that summer that it was every day that I went on the road to give out applications to businesses, banks, insurance companies, everything of the sort. And it would be a tireless errand, because if it wasn't an online application that I was doing at home, it would have been a letter that I wanted to print, and I went out to hand it to the business themselves. And my mother would have given it to certain people that she would know, which would be like having links in Jamaica. And it just seemed like nothing was working out. And I was like, why is this not working? All with my mother in my ears. As in, I know she was serious, but at the same time, she said it in a playful way, so it didn't put that much pressure on me. But knowing me, I still took it as pressure. Every day, after a long hard day on the road distributing cover letters and resumes, I would come home. My mother is like, so you're not get to work, and I'm like, I'm sure you saw me get up early this morning, go on the road to distribute about 10 letters to different insurance companies and different banks. And she was like, so you're not get to work, and I'm like, okay. So, you know, my mother is like, you ain't staying in this house and living off no one. You better get a job, right? Which is a typical Jamaican mother. So, I remember since I graduated, or since I finished my classes, the entire August, I was searching for a job. Nothing would come to fruition. I was like, huh? And I know I wasn't a top scorer in this degree, and my degree was not top notch, right, in terms of my GPA, because I had a struggle going through this entire 3 years of actuarial science. And I was wondering, I was like, but I know other people that struggled with me basically, and they are getting jobs. And I'm like, why is this happening? So I was like, okay, let me go and apply to other places, because not only in actuarial science I was applying in investments, bank teller, just anything in the business world, because I wanted to get a job to aid the household. You're not going to stay in the house and just burden your parents, right? This is not what I was raised to think or believe. So I was like, okay, God, why? And then I remembered someone saying teaching. I was like, teaching? No. While it is a noble profession, let's get that clear to all the teachers out there. We respect you. But I saw the struggle that my mother went through for 35 years in that profession. I was like, me, a teacher? No, it's not happening. In Jamaica, No. So I was like, oh my gosh. Then it was 2 weeks before September, or I think the week before September, because the school has started the second week of September. So I know it was a 2 weeks period. So it was the last week of August where I finally gave up on applying to jobs in the sector that I wanted, the one I studied for, right? And I applied to a high school nearby my house. And 2 weeks later, oh, can you come in for an interview? I was like, happy, but teaching. I was like, no. And then I was happy at the same time because I got a job, and I'm so happy, I'm so elated because my mother is like, you're not gonna work, you're not gonna work. And I'm like, Mom, just chill now, just chill now. But still, I was so happy to get that call to say, oh, can you come in for an interview for the position of a math teacher? So I was like, okay, good. So I was like, you set up yourself, you practice and everything, make sure that your interview questions are on point, and basically just prepare yourself for the interview. So I went in, did my interview. 2 days later, got the job. I was like, whoa, what's happening? Yes. I'm like, okay, a teacher, an easy job, not necessarily so taxing on a human being. So I started at this high school in Jamaica, and I was a math teacher, and I did 1 year at this school. Now, how this all worked for my good. First of all, I remember once when I was teaching, I think my fourth form students. For those who aren't Jamaicans, fourth form means 10th grade in high school, right? And a student said to me, oh, Miss, you look like an English teacher. I was like, what? No, I'm a math teacher. What are you talking about? She's like, no, Miss, you look like an English teacher, because English teachers like to dress up and like to do all those things. You don't look like a math teacher, you look like an English teacher. I was like, okay. Anyways, back to the algebra on the board. Guys, let's focus. So it was that statement actually stuck with me, and it rang in my head when everything transpired in 2017, where, God, if you want to know more details about this story, click on the link above. When God told me, oh, Shanique, I want you to go to China to teach. And when I got this job, and I think it was a few months into this job, that I remembered that statement to be like, oh, Miss, you look like an English teacher. And then lo and behold, where was I? In China, being an English teacher. And I actually enjoyed it. Yes, English is not my major, and of course everyone does English up to a certain point in high school, but English is not my major, mathematics is my major and my stronghold. I would say I'm equally strong in both, but my passion lied with math. So just to seeing how God used that 1 year of being a math teacher, or just interacting with students on a whole, understanding how to relate with them, how to basically teach them so that they understand everything that needs to be understood. It was my preparation ground for something greater, which was coming to China and teaching, because I'm not a teacher by nature. So I don't think I would have been as efficient as I was if I had not had that experience with 1 year of teaching. And it also helped me to get the job, because the agency that I applied to, they really wanted someone with experience in teaching. So that 1 year of teaching in Jamaica at that high school actually prepared me for something greater, which is teaching in China. And this is how we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, and for those who are called according to his purpose. And I'm just thankful to God that he didn't allow those applications to be accepted by the business sector, because the truth is, even though I truly love mathematics, I don't believe that actuarial science was my passion. And you can't waste your parents' money. So imagine starting the degree and then saying, "Oh, mommy, I want to change. I want to change," and that thought just scared me because I know that the money wasn't there at my disposal for me to just change and do something else, right? It just had to be done because that was my choice at the time, and it just had to be done. And it was while doing it I realized that it wasn't my passion to do actuarial science. And for me, if something is not my passion, yes, I'll get the basics of it, but the depth of it won't be captured or won't be grasped as well as it ought to be grasped. And after coming to China and teaching for 2 years, God actually placed me in my passion that I didn't know was a passion. Similar to the piano, He placed me in a degree in a career that I really am truly I'm falling in love with it day by day, and realizing that wow, this is really what I always wanted to do. And I'm so thankful that all those applications to the business sector weren't accepted. All those applications weren't accepted, and I'm thankful that he gave me that preparation at that school for the 1 year, and then teaching me in China to become a better teacher and just adjusting basically to a new environment and to new persons and to all that needed to be adjusted to. And this is how God works for his children, and everything worked out for the good. It would seem as if, oh, your degree was a waste. No, I don't consider it a waste, honestly. Because this degree actually helped me to get this job and to do a lot more things. So it came in handy, and I'm still thankful to God that my life happened the way it happened, and it is happening the way it is happening at this current time. So I just want to leave that with you, that even though things may look as if they're not going as planned, just as though actuarial science was not necessarily God's will for my life, but just a stepping stone to something greater. You never know why you're in a situation at this current point in your life, but just know that in the future, you look back and be like, oh, that's why that happened. And I'm so thankful to God, because all things work for good to those who love him and are called according to his purpose. So that's our encouragement for today, guys. Bye. Have a great day.